Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, my viewers. You are actually the reason why I keep coming online, putting my videos across on these famous platform, YouTube. And then you can also find the same link shared on many of my platforms like Facebook. You can find it also on Instagram, on Twitter, and etc. So if you are following me, you are seeing your friend Christopher, who has been taking you on the entrepreneurial journey. And today I am bringing a very practical scenario so that you can understand the nitty-gritties when it comes to what we call business excellence and then the consumer service, right? Servicing the consumer. These two important issues is the reason why we are doing business. And if you really like all the videos that have been coming to you, please do not hesitate to click down there, right? You know what to do. Subscribe. Subscribe and then press on the like, press on it. You know what next to do? Notification bells, so that any video that drops, you are the first to get a notice and then you start viewing. So when I come online live, we are going together, right? So that is what is going to be happening. So keep sharing the videos. You are doing a good job. Keep sharing it. Keep sharing with your constituents, with all your contacts and etc. Let your comments come. So any question you want to ask, please go ahead. Ask your questions. Very brilliant questions that most of you have already asked. I want to say kudos to all of you. You are doing very well. So what I want to tell you is that businesses in Ghana, businesses in Africa, they are helping brand the nation and they are helping brand the continent. So if your practices are bad, you are branding the country bad, Ghana bad, Africa bad. If your services are good, you are branding Ghana good and then Africa good. And so it should be one of the number one things at the back of your mind. Your mindset of going into business should not be defined by money. If it is defined by money, you will do everything to get the money, but by the close of the day, you are going to leave a very bad legacy for generations, a very bad legacy for the country. And these are not ethical. So anything you are doing that has the effect, has the propensity to leave a kind of negative effect on the nation, you need to shun it, you need to withdraw, you have to do things ethically, right? You need to practice very well. And so a very practical example, just watch the screen and then see what you can see here. This is PathoLab. It's a medical laboratory located at Kasoa, right at adjacent of the Kasoa Polyclinic. Kasoa Polyclinic. I will tell you a story right now so that those of you who are engaging in entrepreneurial services, you become aware of it and then you know what to do, so that when you are also doing bad or giving bad services to your consumers or to your customers, you should be aware that you'll be put in the public domain and people are going to hear of you. You are going to write your own brand story. So your brand story is very important. Do not forget it. The brand story you are going to write is very important. The brand story you are going to write is very important. And it depends on the consumer. It depends on the customer. What are you doing to the customer that is putting the customer off or that is making the customer happy? If it is making the customer happy, delighting the customer, then keep on doing the same thing and then enhancing it and making it more delighting, right? Make the customer fall in love with your company. But whatever you're doing that is making consumers complain, customers complain, stop it, because it will put you out of business. The reason why you are in business is because of them. Now, what I have just shown you, what you have just seen, right? The PathoLab, right? They call themselves PathoLab Solutions Ghana Limited, right? It's a medical laboratory located at Kasoa, right at adjacent of the Kasoa Polyclinic. That is them. So now let me tell you what happened today. Today is 23rd August 2021, 23rd August, and it's Monday. So I need to mention today for you so that you know that it is a current affair, something that took place today, and it is verifiable. So I don't want to show the name now. So this is a relative, right? My friend, also my cousin. So he happened to go to the hospital with a wife. That was a month ago, because the wife had signs of pregnancy and all of that. They conducted their own tests at home that showed that the wife was pregnant. So they decided to seek for further medical clarification. And this is a man and a wife that have gone through a lot. And so you can just expect the kind of joy that comes to them when something of the sort is cited. So they went to the hospital. That was exactly 4 months ago. I think, let me look on the paper, the report, and then share it with you. I will show you the details, right? So that was on the 28th of July 2021. 28th of July 2021. And at exactly 1 p.m. and then 31 passed. So 1:31 and 21 seconds in addition. That was when the report was produced for them. That was 28th. So the indication showed that their own test that they conducted showed that the wife was pregnant. So you can see it right there. So that is from PathoLab, the same laboratory, because they are gone to the hospital and then they were recommended. So you look right at the hematology, you look at the test, you see something pregnancy positive, okay, serum pregnancy, and it is positive. You can see it. So let me bring it closer to you, right? I want to be sure that you have seen it yourself, right? So according to them, they reported that the pregnancy was positive, right? That is it. So the pregnancy was positive. So that is what is there. The pregnancy was positive, right? So that is PathoLab again. So that was 28th July. And so when it came to the scan to find out whether the baby can be located and etc, etc, etc. So according to the one who did the scan, he is called, let me find out his name, so that PathoLab, you can take a very good note of what I am sharing with you. This is a free advice, okay? You can take it or you leave it, but you should know that there are also repercussions following, and this report will be pursued on a very logical grounds. It will be pursued at all levels for divulging a very important information of a client in public. Okay? That is why my brother and friend feel that he needs to call me and then tell me the whole story so that I can help him deal with the situation. But the first thing I think is the solution is to help my listeners see what is happening in Ghana. And so if they want to go into business, they want to render services to consumers, they should know what to do. Or go into productions, whatever they want to do, whatever service you want to come out, product, whatever you want to, company, whatever you want to, whether to sell on the tabletop, on the floor, whatever you want to build a hotel, whatever form of service or whatever you are giving to consumers, you need to be careful. And you need to be vigilant, and you need to pay attention to the customer, right? You need to pay attention. You need to value the customer. And it's very important that we have a beautiful country like Ghana. Some people deliberately destroy the nation, and then at the end of the day, they blame the politician of taking decisions that are destroying their businesses or that are destroying the image of the nation. But they have forgotten that every individual citizen in Ghana is branding the nation. Every individual citizen of Africa is branding the continent. And these, whether they are done deliberately or they are done unconsciously, they are brand works, or they are brand works. You are branding, and everyone is deliberately branding. Whatever you do, whether correct or not, you are branding. And so what happened? Let me tell you the story. So my friend, he didn't stay with the wife. That was the 28th July to finish the entire process. So he had to go to work, and so left the wife in the care of his driver. And so she was told that she needs to come back for another test to confirm that now the babies are developed so they can be seen before she starts the antenatal process. But you have seen the first test. The first test showed that she was pregnant, and she paid 80 Ghana cedis or so to them. And then she was told she was pregnant. So she was excited. The husband was excited with her. So they decided not to go in the 2 weeks, but to wait for a month. And the month is today. So today is the 23rd, right? So they waited till today. And then they went back for the test to be reconducted so that they can know the status of the pregnancy. The man, loving his wife and want to stand by his wife, decided to go with the wife to this so-called medical laboratory. And when they got there, they sat down for some time. You know what goes on when your wife or women are taking these lab tests for pregnancy, drink water and etc. All sort of things follows. He was patient, sat down, and then the wife turn came, and then she entered. So he had to go with the wife and student. And then the scan was being conducted. So as the gentleman, this gentleman called Gideon A. Mafo, as he conducts the test, then he began to tell my friend's wife. My friend's wife began to tell my friend's wife, hey, you are not pregnant. It doesn't seem that you are pregnant. There's nothing there. And there's nothing there. And then he began to lecture the wife. And he was standing there watching. So he was getting pissed off because they have come for a service. You are not the one who ordered them to come for a test. They have been ordered by a medical officer to come and carry out a test. So what are you to do? Just carry out the test for them and then let them go. Send it to the doctor to interpret whatever it is to them. Psychologically, you, the lab assistant, you are not trained to do something like that because you cannot even help, okay, deal with the emotions of the woman or the husband. You can't do that. You are not professional in that sense. You have been trained to sit by machine, and that is all that you know. Look into the machine, tell us what is there. But you go to the extent of giving a whole lecture on the state of her pregnancy. So the husband retorted and said, hey, gentlemen, please, I've brought my wife to carry out a test, not for a lecture. Give the result to her and let's go. That was the response to the man. The husband to this Gideon A. Mafo, a very stubborn boy, very stubborn. He's a stubborn, he's destroyer, he's very insulting. So let me tell you what happened. And then the man said, hey, gentlemen, you ran the very first test. You said it was positive. And now you are saying it is negative, there is no pregnancy and etc. It means your machine can fail. And you sitting by your machine, reading whatever you are reading, you can also fail. So whatever it is, leave the report for us and let us go. Don't interpret it. Then this gentleman pick it up. My machine cannot fail. Machine can be trusted. I say, hey, gentlemen, are you knowledgeable? Who programmed the machine? The human being who programmed the machine, is he or she 100% sure of himself? And then you are using faith and said, science exists also by faith. If you believe in science, it takes faith to believe in science. If you say something is the truth, it takes faith to believe that. The same way if you say something is a lie, it takes faith to believe in that. So it is man that programmed your so-called machine. So please stop giving a lecture to my wife. And the gentleman, I won't stop. This is my profession. This is what I do. I say, you are stop it. Stop it. You are getting me angry. Do not let me lose my temper on you. The gentleman refused. And this is so the man said, hey, gentleman, I brought my wife here. I paid my money for you to give me a service. Why then do you embarrass me and my wife right in public? Because right here, your lab is not situated even in a separate room. Please, you look at the entire scenario. I think the video, the details, the kind of photo will be taken and be shown to you. So you wait until we get a record so that you will see where the lab is situated. One room, right? And then in the corner of one room, they have this partition. They have this partition in the corner. So the machine is situated in a corner. And so not like there's a gate you have to go through an entrance. No, it is just one room. One room. I think the measurement will be, it's a store. You know, some of these standard stores that they build by that market women rent and etc. So where the test is being done, if I'm not mistaken, by the measurement, by the photo that I see here, right, to be about 10 by 12. 10 by 12. That is the measurement, right, for where the test is being carried. And then they have this partitioning, curtain partitioning in one corner, and then other customers were sitting at the other part of the same room, and they were shouting on the top of your voice. Gideon Mafo was shouting on the top of his voice, your wife is not pregnant. If this pregnancy means something to you, I say she is not pregnant. Oh, why do you do that? So the man got angry and he kept on announcing. Medically, let's find out first, is it ethical for a client to come to your center for a service and then you expose her medical record? Is it ethical? I want to find out from you, my faithful followers. And then I also want to find out from the medical body in Ghana that give or grant license to medical laboratories in Ghana to operate. I want to find out, is it ethical to do that? Have you trained these people to do that? Is that the job they were supposed to be doing? You divulge a consumer's medical record in public, insult him, and then the wife right in the view of the public. The wife is not pregnant. So if you claim your wife is pregnant, and then it's up to you. But my machine says. So the man got angry. He had wanted to list him. He had wanted, in fact, I think he's fortunate that I didn't have time to escort my friend because he called me to him. But then, I have also commitments that I have to deliver on my own research work and then teaching work and etc. So I just say, no, Charlie, today I cannot go with you. So I have to, because he needed my presence. All right. So because it's something we have prayed for, you understand, prayed. And then good news of the sort begin to raise their head, and then you are beginning to shut them off. That was what this Mafo, the Gideon Mafo did. So you look at it. Now, today's report, now it tells them it is negative. That is what is there. Today's report. He now tells them, write a report to them, that, hey, it is negative, and then put this report in the public. So now my friend and the wife are no longer ashamed to make their medical report public. So what is being done? PathoLab, is it PathoLab? Yes, the name is PathoLab. I think I wasn't pronouncing it well, so I've got it right. Thank you very much. So PathoLab Medical Laboratory, PathoLab Solutions Ghana Limited. They have been, I think they have been licensed, or they have been granted the permit to operate as a medical laboratory at Kasoa, right at adjacent of the polyclinic, the Kasoa Polyclinic. And we are going to take them on. We're going to take them on to every extent for making a client issue public, for insulting a client, a medical record of a client, making it public, insulting. There was a physical exchange. Right now, as we are talking, my friend is still boiling. He's boiling up. He's still not settled. And the unfortunate thing is that the other assistant, you know what they did? They came holding him, drag him out of. They drag him out. They wouldn't allow him to speak his mind. But the stupid boy, who is called the Gideon A. Mafo, that stupid boy called Gideon A. Mafo, he was not dragged out of that place for insulting the customer, insulting them before other customers, making mockery of them, making mockery of their medical issue, making mockery. They did not drag him out. They dragged the client who brought his own money to them. They dragged him out. They ordered him out. That is why I'm picking these issues up. That is why we're going to pursue them. So Ghana, we need to be vigilant. If we want a better Ghana, it does not depend on the politician alone. A better Ghana is not that, it should not be the campaign promise of a politician. A better Ghana agenda should be everyone issue. It should matter to everybody. Because the president is not the one who is in the PathoLab Medical Laboratory giving this sort of service. It is not an MP doing that. It is not any parliamentarian that we know in Ghana rendering that service. It's an ordinary Ghanaian who does not have a job, who is a school dropout, Sometimes there are even SHS students who never passed, wrote several remedials and never passed. They went through taking these courses, short courses, and become lab technicians. And then they maltreat people. And then the owners sit down and collect the money. Let me tell you, that money will not satisfy. That money will vomit it. So the CEO of PathoLab Medical Solution, that 50 cedis, you vomit it and you will pay it back in many ways. Because many consumers are now being told, and many people would be told. It will be on television, to be in the news, to be everywhere. So be aware of this nonsense. We are all branding Ghana. It is not Nana Akufo-Addo and his administration's work alone. It is you and I the teacher, you the market woman, you the medical officer, you the lab technician. It is all of us collectively building Ghana. Stop blaming the politician once you are doing the bad things on the ground. You are dissatisfying people. You are creating all sorts of bitterness, ambivalence in the Ghanaian economy. And then tomorrow, you are threatening the politician. And some people even call all sorts of names. They call the politician all sorts of names. Some people have even referred to Ghana as a village, and they refer to other people's town that they suffered, struggled, and built on a better service system. They call it heaven. Yes, it will be heaven for you. It takes a backward Ghanaian to be staging such a deliberate, awkward, bad campaign for his nation. A very backward person. Such a person, if he is operating a business like that is what he would do. And his employees, that's what he will do. He will hire people like Gideon Mafo, who be insulting consumers, who be insulting customers who come for service in the medical, in their laboratory, or in their banks, or in their hotels, or in their industries, or in their schools, whether a private school or a government school or whatever. You are a headmaster. You are the CEO. What service are you giving to the student? Let us all watch. Service excellence is the way forward. Ghana's future does not depend on production. It depends on service, the service economy. Ghana's future depends on the service economy. So we should all try to make it better. Regard your fellow Ghanaians as blooded people, not as animals. Just like Mafo did. He addressed my friend and the wife, treated them rubbishly. But I don't even know what language I can cast what I really want to discuss with you. But I think there's something wrong. So my students, my followers, and all those who are looking forward to learn something positive and become game changers in Africa, take advantage of businesses of this nature and be prepared to serve the customer better. So I want to see competitive medical laboratories at Kasoa. So those of you who don't know that Kasoa is a kind of vibrant town, I want you to know Kasoa is located at the central region of Ghana. In fact, Kasoa is almost, let's say it's part of Accra now. Kasoa is a big place. So business people who want to build medical laboratories, come to Kasoa, get these guys out of business. We need to throw them out of business. They are killing people. You can't give a report to a client that she's pregnant, and then a month later, the same client comes and says she's not pregnant, and then now you give a whole lot of lecture. Is that your job? So the owners of PathoLab, get that guy out of that business. Make sure you report him for his license to be withdrawn. Deal with him. He's a fake. He's an imposter. He's destructive. He's not a fit for the business. He's killing people. I have seen people whose medical report have been exposed in that manner, and some of them passed out. It's a bad thing to do. Hospitals, treat your clients well. They are already sick. They already have some kind of psychological disturbances and they need help. And then you come to worsen the condition. You are next to a murderer. In fact, you are a real murderer. And you need to be dealt with, brought before the law in prison for many, many, many years. So that by the time you come out, you will learn the value of humans. You will learn the value of who a consumer is. If you are paid at the end of the month, it is the consumer's money that is being given you. This is your friend Christopher. I don't need to talk much, but I have told you the most important thing. If you want to do business, do it the right way. Every business, the survival of every business, and the future of any service depends on the consumer. Ghana, think about your consumers. Think about the client. Think about the customer. Whatever you are selling out to the customer, think about it. The food you are giving to the customer to eat, think about it. You, the teacher, the way you are teaching your students, think about it. Are you giving them the required information they need? If you can't give it to them, are you exposing them to the right sources of information? Or you are just there telling them story? What are you doing? You are a service provider. Think. Universities, think. Secondary schools, high schools, think. Junior high schools, think. Primary schools, think. Hospitals, think. And all businesses, the pharmaceutical industry, think. The consumer should be a priority to all of you. So as I have recommended to you, read Professor Robert Ebo Hinson's books. He has written several books on customer-related issues alone in almost every industry. Please get in touch with him. Go to the University of Ghana Business School, ask of Professor Ebo Hinson, and then you can meet him one-on-one. If you need training too, some of these things are available. So next time I'll come to you. I want to hear something from you. So all my listeners, please post. Give me some kind of examples that you have also experienced. Let's expose them. Put them there in the comment section. Write their names. Don't be afraid of them. Expose them. If you don't expose them, you and I will be the victims of the bad services. Expose them now. Thank you very much. Have a very good evening. Keep subscribing, keep liking, keep commenting, and keep right. So we'll meet again very, very, very soon. Until then, stay by. I salute you, I respect you, I love you, and I say bye-bye.